So in this question, we've been told that the number of patients attending a hospital trauma clinic each day was recorded over several months, giving the data in the table below. Once again, looking at the table, the upper limit of one interval does not match the lower limit of the next interval. We need to make sure we close those gaps. We need to make sure that we're using bounds. And as we use those bounds, we will then be able to answer the question. We're asked to use linear interpolation to estimate the median and the quartiles for these data. This means we're going to need the cumulative frequency. So the cumulative frequency is just a running total, and I'll put these under here in red, and this is going to help us to determine which interval we're working with as we make our way through the question. We'll start where the question starts with the median. So to find the median position, I'm going to take the n value, the total frequency, add 1 and divide by 2. The median is the 60.5th position. Other calculations might get you the 60th position. Both of these are fine. We're working in this group here, in this interval. The class boundaries for this interval are 34.5 and 39.5. The cumulative frequencies we'll work with are 44 and 74, and we're looking for the 60.5th value. From here, we should be able to make a fraction equation. Now we're going to go for the width of the thick line over the entire line when we're using the variable, the number of patients, equals the width of the thick line using cumulative frequency over the entire line using cumulative frequency. Okay, we can just process that, simplify, rearrange. Now's the only time I would really reach for my calculator, and we get 37.25. That is the median. We'll go through a similar process for the lower quartile. The position for the lower quartile is the 30.25th position. Which interval are we working in? We're working over here. This is the first interval that went over 30.25. Let's put on those boundaries and those cumulative frequencies, and then we should be able to form another equation to find Q1. Q1 minus 29.5 over 34.5 minus 29.5 is going to equal the same proportion using the frequencies. 30.25 minus 20 over 44 minus 20. Now we're ready for the calculator after a little bit of rearranging, and we get an answer of 31.635. And we'll just finish off with the upper quartile. So the upper quartile is always going to be 3 times the size of the lower quartile. I could instantly see that it's going to be 90.75. But formally, it's 3 times n plus 1 over 4. 90.75 leads us to work with this interval over here. This is the first one that went above 90.75 in the cumulative frequency. Okay, let's set this up, being careful to make sure we're using the bounds. Quickly get a diagram. We put the cumulative frequencies and the 90.75. From here, we set up our fraction equation and we rearrange. Rearranging gets us an answer of 42.602.